battery is installed. This car did not come with a battery, and now it has one. I had to replace the ground cable, so that's done. Notice, but this is actually the positive post of the battery. Old Plymouths, old Chryslers like this, old Mopars, have a positive ground system. So that means the positive battery terminal actually goes to the ground. Negative cable goes to the other side. I also replaced the clamps. So I have new battery clamps now. I did test the battery with a multimeter to make sure that I do have 6 volts of charge. I have electrical issues to sort out. Hopefully I do indeed have a 6-volt system. I don't think this thing has been converted. I don't believe it has been converted. We'll have to research that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do a lot of electrical work. I'm gonna have to use my multimeter to figure out where the power stops. Tonight I'm gonna take one of the posts off the battery so things don't burn up in case they are burning up. I'm really happy about what I got done today, but obviously I've still got more. I do have new spark plugs. I may put in the old ones just to fill the hole. I just have rags in there today, keeping critters out and whatever might go in there. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching this. Stay tuned for more. Right there. I should not be seeing that. That's worn insulation off the wire. That's not good. And then going back right there is more bare wire where this 70-year-old insulation is rubbing off. I would like to show you a little bit about how a starter solenoid works. Earlier in the video I said it was a switch, and it is. So here's how the switch works. You see these 2 big pins right here, these 2 big bolts going through. That is positive power in and power out. And the unit is grounded to on the body of the car. Now remember, this is a positive ground system. So that means the positive on this car is the ground and the negative is the power. And so that's why I have everything connected backwards on this car. So I have the positive cable going to the ground of the unit, which is fine for grounding. And then I have the other one on the switch. Now the way these things work is when you start your car, it sends power to this little screw. And once it sends power to that screw, it completes the circuit to allow the power to go from one side to the other. And then that sends the power to the starter. Remember, you don't want to just have a connection from the starter to the battery, because that would activate your battery. It'd be turning all the time. So you need a switch to set it up so that it will not crank until you turn the key. And when you turn that key, it sends the power to the solenoid and allows current to flow through. It completes the circuit. So I'm going to show you how I am testing this. So again, I've got my ground is positive on this car. It doesn't normally work that way on every other car in the world, but this is a Chrysler product made in the 50s with a 6-volt system, and everything was positive ground. So I've got a positive ground coming from the positive battery post to the frame of the unit, which grounds the completes the circuit for that. And then I have a negative power, the black wire. Well, I don't have it. I have that coming from the switch to the I'm about to put one on the battery, but so I'm going to connect this onto the negative pole of the battery. And when I do that, you're going to hear clicking, and we can confirm this thing works. You hear that? Have you ever started your car? It doesn't crank, but all you hear is clicking. That's, in the old cars, it would be the solenoid. In the new cars, they have relays, which are actually smaller in design, but do the same thing. Now, this is a 3-pole solenoid because there's two that represent the power going through, and then there's one represents the power coming in for the switch. Now, if they also make 4-pole systems, and in a 4-pole system, the other pole that this one doesn't have would be ground. So instead of connecting that to the frame when you test it, you just connect it to the to that. So that's pretty cool. But I'm going to need to rewire my car.